Paul, what a way to win it.
Yeah, listen, I don't think you'd have seen me if we hadn't been given that penalty. I might be in prison somewhere.
Always a win, isn't it? But sometimes a win in the manner of it can feel so much more than that. Right?
Yeah. I think the dramatic nature, it makes it feel even sweeter. But yeah, it would have been harsh if we'd have not. How we performed, especially in the second half. I thought the first half was pretty tepid. Both teams feeling each other out. Every time we won the ball back in the dangerous areas. So this was a big change, first half, second half. Every time we won the ball back in dangerous areas. So 5 yards over the halfway line in the first half, we generally gave it away within 2 passes. In the second half, we didn't. We had much more quality, and it made Wolves defend, and that was the difference. That was the difference. The defending was good both halves. The aggression and making Wolves defend then, and them having the ball in and around their box means we can be even more aggressive. That was a big change.
It's a result that also shows that you are more than up for the fight.
Yeah, well, I think we've shown it in many games. I think what it shows, and I can reiterate the message that you need cool heads. It's a tough league, and there's going to be games where we're not in them. There's going to be games where the opposition take them away from us. I've certainly not panicked in those games, but I know it doesn't feel good, you know. I know it doesn't. And I can't panic because we've got a new group who have to understand that as well. You know, it's not a walk in the park, this league. Today I thought we were dominant in the second half. So we managed the game really well. Second half much more aggressive and for me deserved the win. So, yeah, big win, big 3 points. Good performance. And it'd be nice to also pick up points and wins when we're maybe not the dominant team.
I mean, what was sort of really impressive about the win was the deflection for the equaliser. Could easily, and rightly so, have really knocked the stuffing out of you, having given absolutely everything as it has done in the past. But to keep going, you know, so late in the game, having taken that blow, that would have really.
Yeah, it was. Listen, wasn't that? It was the part Rob played in it, not allowing us to get any treatment on for Gus. When he'd been stopping the game for 8-0, he stopped the game. The only time we were allowed treatment on was when Tommy kicked the ball out for us, for Rian. Gus is injured, the ball's out of play, and he said if he wants treatment he has to go off. He's let him get up. We wanted to make the change, we wanted him to get treatment. And then he goes down again, and he doesn't allow him treatment on again. And then they get the equaliser where we've got 10 men. It's disgraceful, really.
Is that what you taking your coat off unhappy about?
Yeah.
Baldock back in today. He's a player that you can trust on occasions like this, where it's going to have to be sleeves rolled up and you know your back's against the wall after 10 games. He's one of those players that you can really turn to and trust in these moments.
Yeah. I think George can relish these games and atmospheres definitely. He's seen it before, played a lot of games. So yeah, it was always the plan for George to come in this shape. A lot of the reason. The planning in the Arsenal game was for this game as well. We needed to look after Cam a little bit because he'd been the one leading the line, playing all the minutes. We needed Rian to get minutes for them to be able to play together today. We also wanted to stay in a 4 against Arsenal because we knew we were going to play the 5 against Wolves, and I wanted Gary to be preparing for us in a back 4, just to give us as much advantage as possible going into this game. And then, yeah. Rian coming off, he was coming off at half time anyway, but he just felt his knee, so that change was planned as well at half time. So there was a lot of things went our way. We tried to manage as much as we possibly could to get the performance, and they went our way today.
McAtee just allowed, because of the way the ball was not sort of coming back and not sticking, he just gave you that platform.
Yeah, we was coming on, but the one thing that we did change because of how Wolves had set up was instead of Maka coming on playing as a 10, similar to where Gus was, we went with a front 3 with Cameron, Gus and Maka. That was the only unplanned change. He was always coming on, but that was a slight change. Just allowed us on that regain to have 3 boys ahead of the ball to receive the ball. And as you say, Maka, if he gets the ball and controls the ball carrier, and that was something we didn't have in the first half.
Is Brewston not his hamstring?
It's not his hamstring, no.
So what is it? So it's a knee?
Just knee. He just felt something. He had his knee in training this week. I think it was Thursday. He was fine. He trained yesterday. He was just aware of it. Yeah, and I think you could see him sprint and have that challenge again and put weight through it. Yeah, so Yeah, we'll check it, but we won't be taking any risks. You could see even keeping him on the pitch till half time, in my eyes, just to have an extra substitution wouldn't have been fair and right.
So is it procedure now? Does he need a scan or anything like that?
I don't know. No one seems too concerned about it. Like I said, he felt it Thursday. He trained Friday, and then he's played today.
Any more Sundays?
You say about the penalty.
Yeah, I've not seen it, but the people who've seen it, and I've just heard Skying about it, saying that because there's contact, there's no way it was going to be overturned. So it sounds like it's one of them where the ref makes the call, and there's not enough either way to overturn the decision.
Paul, why did you take it away the result, but second half, one of your subs are going to be complaining to your staff and to the fourth official about something that was said?
No, I think it seemed like someone was ill in the crowd.
Someone
Yeah, and our subs were down there, so they were notifying the officials, yeah.
Thank you.
Paul, just in terms of what it does for belief, for me, 11th time of asking, you finally won a game of Premier League football. The scenes in the stands with the players, pretty remarkable sort of ending. How much belief does that give you that Sheffield United can stay up?
Yeah, I think at times I think I'm the only one who does believe that. Do you know what I mean? So I think it is important. It is good. It's a reward. But I think what's important, that feeling and that connection to fans and the players, you could see it in the second half. We've lost a lot of players who know what that's about. Do you know what I mean? And we've got a new squad, and we've got a lot of players in who don't get that here. They don't get it. They've not experienced it. I'm hoping that type of feeling, emotion, performance, they understand what we're talking about now. Because until you feel it, until you deliver it, it's just words. So we'll make sure that we get the players to understand what delivered that type of performance. We want to take risks. We want to play in the front foot. If Wolves had played through us in the second half, playing like that, so what? But I would back us to cause problems playing that way.
And people like Baldock and Norwood, who've been like massive parts of this club, are obviously pivotal today. Do you think now you've got that win and that spirit can finally not be rediscovered, because obviously you've not lost it, but it'll recreate what you had last season a bit?
Yeah,
if you see what I mean.
I hope we get as many wins as last season, but the league's tough, mate. I think that's what I said earlier. We have to understand, and we need cool heads. The league's tough. We have to focus on what we can do well, which is try and be in games and deliver performances. There's other bits we can improve. So we've not got over the line yet, though. So we're dominant, I felt, in the second half. I felt we're the best team. I felt we're on top, and we were pushing for the win. But there's going to be other games where we're not maybe dominant, but we're in the game or we're in front, and we have to see those games out as well. So it's about us getting as good as possible at competing and being in the game, and then seeing the game out and getting points. So yeah, it'll deliver a lot of belief. We can take a lot from the performance, but we need many more of them.
One more. Just a quick couple of questions, Paul, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
For your first win as a Premier League manager, how important is that for your own self-belief?
Well, first win this time round. We had a few last time.
You did.
Yeah. No, I think it's just important for everyone that we get the points. We know what our agenda is in this league and who we're competing against. So it puts us 3 points closer to those teams. You only have to look every week to see that there's some big losses in these leagues. You've almost got to ride through that and get yourself in these positions to win as many games. Forget the losses and win the games. So I think that's what we're playing for, and that's what we have to manage.
Your closest rivals, aren't you, coming up in the next few weeks?
We have, yeah. We've got another. They're all tough.
They're the teams you have to beat.
Yeah, they're all tough. We've got another tough one away at Brighton next week, and then some of the teams at the bottom end, in and around us. Yeah, there'll be big games. There'll be good games.
Well, can I just quickly ask you? You mentioned about planning ahead, thinking to this game in the Arsenal game. How many games do you think ahead in that respect?
No, it depends. It depends if there's significant things. I felt that I knew we was going to play back five in this game once we got George back. So I felt that would give us a slight advantage, us switching to a five only today, and what we did ahead of that, because we've not done it, with different personnel. First time Reed and Cameron played, how we used Gus. There's no way Gary could have prepared for it because we've not played that way yet. So I think moments like that are really good, and trying to get the players the minutes to have them ready to perform. We're always thinking that way. So we look at those moments, yeah. Obviously with the international break, there'll be none of that thinking really for the Brighton game.